So today we're going to be doing more of a flow style class. We'll go through some poses that are pretty common in vinyasa style that you'll come across fairly often. We'll start off on the floor before we work our way up into some sun salutations and some lunges and warriors, and then we'll make our way back down to the floor to finish off in Shavasana. So first of all, what we're going to do is come into a wide-legged child's pose. So you're going to bring your knees out wide to the edge of the mat. Your big toes are going to touch, and just while we're sitting on our heels, just try and keep that motion of pushing your hips back towards your heels. And then just slowly, just bringing your hands out in front of you, and then just gently resting your forehead on the mat. Now, if your hips don't sit back on your heels, that's okay. It's not overly important. Just try not to let them sit up too high. We'll hold this pose for about 10 breaths. Take one more breath, and then gently make your way up into a tabletop position. So you want to have your knees stacked underneath the hips and your wrists stacked underneath your shoulders. We're going to work through some cat-cow. This is a really great stretch for opening up the back. Really nice to do in the morning just to waken up your spine a little bit. So to start, we're going to inhale and just drop the belly down, opening the chest and looking forward. And then exhale, we're going to push away from the ground, rounding through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. And exhale, push away from the ground, rounding through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round through the spine. Just continue working through those at your own pace. Just take one more round before coming back to a tabletop position. So from here we're going to come into our first downward dog for the day. So you want to have your fingers facing forward to the front of the mat, fingers spread nice and wide. We're going to tuck the toes under and then just pushing back towards the back of the room. You might like to pedal out the feet, just really stretch through the muscles at the back of the leg, lifting one heel up at a time. And then just coming into some stillness. Now again, having straight legs for this pose isn't important. So if you find that you're rounding through the back to try and stretch your heels to the ground, just lift your heels up and then bend your knees as you push your hips back towards the mat. And then just take 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale, just look forward and just walk the hands forward to the front of the mat. We're just going to come into a forward fold. So again, having straight legs isn't important. You want to have a nice long spine in this pose. So again, just bend the knees, bring the belly to the thighs as you bring your hands down to the ground. If you can't bring your hands to the ground, just place them on the shins and then just fold. Like to take your hand to opposite elbow and come into a ragdoll, just letting the head be heavy, let gravity do the work for you. And just feel that really nice stretch all the way up the back of the legs. Bringing the hands to the ground, we're just going to make our way up to standing just as slowly as possible, vertebra by vertebra. Head's the last thing to come up. Then just roll the shoulders back one time. We're going to work through some sun salutations. So I'll go through the first one really slowly with you all, and then we'll just speed it up just a little bit. We're not going to go super fast, but we are going to start getting the blood flowing. So to start off with, at the front of your mat, we're just going to inhale and bring the arms up overhead. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the floor, coming back into a forward fold. Now from here, we're going to come into a halfway lift. So we're just going to lift the chest and just look forward a little bit. We're not standing up. And then exhale, bring the hands back to the ground, and we're going to step back to a high plank. And then just drop to the knees for this one. We're going to lower down all the way to the ground. We want to do it in a nice straight line, so you don't want to flop your hips forward too much or your chest. Just really using those muscles, keeping the elbows tucked in, and bring your body all the way down. You want your hands next to your ribs, fingers facing forward, elbows tucked in. And we're just going to lift the chest and look forward for baby cobra. And then exhale, come down, tuck the toes under, and push back into a downward dog. Hold here for 3 breaths. And exhale, look forward, and just step to the front of your mat. We're going to inhale, look forward again, lift the chest for a halfway lift. Exhale, come into a forward fold, hands down. And then inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Then exhale, hands to heart center, and release. So that was our first round of sun salutations. We'll go for it a little bit quicker, but it's still not going to be super fast. If you get stuck anywhere, just meet us back in downward dog. If you know how to do this already and you want to take a chaturanga into an upward dog, feel free to do that. We'll just take an extra breath to come down to the floor. So starting at the front of your mat again. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands down to the ground, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, look forward, halfway lift. And exhale, step back to a high plank. You can drop to your knees here, otherwise lowering down in a straight line, elbows back. Look forward, we're just going to lift the chest for a baby cobra. And exhale, come down, tuck the toes, push back to downward dog. Hold here for 3 breaths. And exhale, let it all out. Look forward, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up overhead. And exhale, heads heart center, and release. One more time. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down to the ground, forward fold, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, lift the chest, look forward, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, step back to a high plank. Again, drop to your knees. Lowering down. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes and push back to downward dog. So from here, we're going to start into our flow. So instead of coming into a halfway lift, we're just going to step the right foot forward. The back left heel is going to be off the ground, and we're going to push up into a crescent lunge. So back left heel is off the ground, activating all the way through those muscles. So don't just collapse into your leg. Really want to switch on all the muscles through there. Your right knee's tracking forward towards your toes, and we're just going to bring the arms up overhead. And from here, we're going to come into our warrior 2. So we're just going to turn that left foot so the blade edge of the foot is parallel to the mat. Front knee is still facing forward, and we're just going to bring the arms out to the side. Try not to have your shoulders up around your ears, just let them relax, and then just bring them up. And we're going to be looking out over the right middle finger. Take 2 more breaths. And then flip that front palm. We're just going to reverse that warrior. So bringing the left hand to the leg, right arm up overwards, just getting that nice stretch to the right hand side of the body. And then exhale, windmill your hands down to frame that front foot and step back to downward dog. Repeat that on the other side. So lifting the left leg up and bringing it forward. Lifting the right heel off the ground, and we're going to come up into a crescent lunge. And just hold here for 3, 2, and 1. And then we're just going to turn that right foot, we're facing the other way now. Left knee is now tracking towards the left toes. And just looking out over our left finger. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Flip the palm. and reverse that warrior. And then exhale, windmill the hands down, frame that front foot, and step back to downward dog again. Just take a couple of breaths here to reset. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, but we're going to speed it up a little bit. Take one more inhale and exhale, lifting the right leg up and bringing it forward, coming back up into a crescent lunge. And then flipping around into warrior two. Flip the front palm and reverse. And windmill the hands down, step back to downward dog again. And hold here for 3, 2, and 1. And then bring that left foot forward in between the hands, coming up again for a crescent lunge. Right foot down to 90 degrees and come into warrior two. Flip that palm and reverse your warrior. And windmill the hands down, frame that front foot. Step back for downward dog one last time. And now just walking up to the front of your mat again, just coming into one last forward fold. You can keep your hands on the ground or bring your hands to opposite elbow for ragdoll again and just let yourself hang. Just gently making your way down to the ground, coming down onto your back and just bringing the knees into the chest. You might like to take a gentle rock from side to side. And coming back to stillness, we're just going to bring the left foot down to the ground and just squeeze that right knee just in a little bit tighter. Just switching legs, bringing the right leg down straight in front, bring the left knee into the chest, just hugging that in just a little bit tighter. a supine figure 4. So just bend that right leg, and the left ankle is going to come over the right knee, and then just going to bring the right knee towards you. You can either grab behind the knee or on top of the shins, whichever's more accessible for you. And then just gently guide that right knee back towards you. Swap legs, so bending that right leg down and then crossing your right ankle over the left knee. Just guide that knee towards you. Gently release, bringing the left leg down straight. We're going to come into a supine twist. So just shift your hips off to the right just a little bit. And we're just going to guide that right knee over the body, bringing the right arm out straight. Try and keep that right shoulder on the ground. So if that means that your knee only gets to here, that's okay. Just try not to shift your body all the way over so that your knee's on the ground, but you're compromising alignment up in the top half of your body. Gently coming back to center. Just bringing both legs down for a minute just to allow your lower back to settle. And then same thing, just shift the hips off to the left just a little. Having the right leg straight out in front, left arm out to the side, and just guide that left knee over towards the right, remembering to keep the left shoulder down on the ground. Gently coming back to center, bringing your legs out wide in front, taking any last little movements that you need before we settle into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So just bringing the legs out wide, letting the ankles splay open, taking up as much space as you like. And then just close down the eyes And allow the natural rhythm of breath to take over. And as you lay here, just allow the ankles to feel heavy. And then feel that relaxation start to make its way up through your calf muscles, thighs, allow the hips to be heavy and open, coming up into your lower back, making its way up the spine. Allow your shoulders to be heavy, really sinking into the floor. Feel that relaxation come down through the left shoulder to the forearm, through the wrist, and then out through each fingertips, letting the fingers just curl in slightly. And then out to the other side through the right shoulder, all the way down to the right forearm, the right wrist, into the palm, and then through each fingertip, allowing those fingers to now curl up slightly. And then making its way up through the neck, through the throat, relax the jaw, unfurrow the brow, and just enjoy these next few moments of peace and stillness. deepen the breath. Just taking a long inhale and a deep exhale, letting it all out. You might like to invite some gentle movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Maybe rolling out your wrists and your ankles. And stretch the arms up overhead for a full body stretch, as if you're just waking up for the morning. And then just bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze of gratitude for doing something kind for your mind and your body. And then keeping your eyes closed, just coming over to your favorite side. And just taking a moment here to check in and see how you're feeling. Maybe you feel a little bit lighter, a little bit calmer than you did when you first stepped on the mat. And make your way up into a comfortable seat. We'll inhale our arms up overhead and bring the hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me in this practice today. And bring the thumbs to the third eye as we say Namaste.